I am super excited about today's conversation, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I have Lauren Petrullo here with me today. And when I found out she was going to be on our show, I got really excited because I learned that she learned to live out of a duffel bag. And I was like, oh my goodness, how do you live with only the stuff in a duffel bag? I got a lot of questions. So please help me welcome today to our show, Lauren Petrullo. Lauren, how are you today?
I'm so good. How are you doing?
So I got a question because you have
Mm.
a really unique story and for so many different reasons. But take us back to the time where at one particular point you said goodbye to a world of everything that you knew and you went,
Mhm.
you lived out of a duffel bag. We just have to get that out on the table first and foremost. How did that happen?
Let's be real. Love my mom and we get along now, but me as a teenager was not the best person to be around when I was still like going through. I missed losing my father. She had lost her spouse. I didn't understand that. And I made it really difficult for her and her new boyfriend who had moved in with
Mhm.
us that I did not get along with. And it came to the point where it's like, cool, you just turned 18. You don't need to live here anymore. And that was that. And I've got 6 months left of school. What are we going to do? And I only had a bag. So it became a situation where I didn't have an option. And her and I both went through like some learnings of where each other is. We're in a great place now, but it wasn't the case then. And when I was able to fill up a bag, grab the stuff that I needed, the clear essentials, I knew that I need to make sure I brought with me what would prevent me from having to go back into that household. So it became out of necessity and it turned me into a much clutter-free individual now that I'm really happy with. So it was positive in the end.
Well, I heard you say something that was interesting, and I want to hang on that for just a second, where you said, I did not have an option.
Mm.
And so when we're forced to make a decision where we don't have another option, how is that different from us going into it saying, hey, I'd like to reduce everything I have to the size of a duffel bag?
I mean, forgive me for the drastic explanation, but like war does provide the largest amount of innovation as society. And so when it was an option, because I continue to reduce stuff, I'm not living out of a duffel bag now. I obviously have a home, but I rarely ever pay for a carry-on or bring a actual suitcase, check luggage, because I'm like, I don't need that lifestyle. But for everything that I go forward, when it is an option, then I have an excuse
Mhm.
to not make a decision. And I don't want to be in a space where like I make enough decisions every day in my job. So every chance that I can eliminate an extra decision, that has also been a driving factor because I saw when the decision was taken away from me. So a lot of the things, if we get into some of the pieces in my life where I have decluttered, you'll see that it's constantly a way to declutter decision making. And a lot of that comes from if I've given myself a choice.
So do you like having the choice or do you like not having the choice and like, hey, there are no other options. I have to do this. Which do you like better?
I like not having to choose. I want to make the decisions of things of like, what am I having for dinner with my husband? I want to make the decision of where can I donate my money? I don't want to make the decision on stuff that's not going to have real impact into what makes me happy as a human.
And so how do you determine what is important enough to put in that category of I want a choice and that category of it doesn't matter. And so this is one of those choices I'm going to have made for me.
So I have a dollar to fun ratio that I use for all the hobbies that I pursue and like experiences. And I would actually equate it here as well. So it's something I'd be willing to pay someone else a certain amount of money to decide for me. Is this something that I can delegate out, or is this something I'd be willing to pay $200 to keep that choice? If I'm not willing to pay someone to make sure I can ensure that choice, then it's not an absolute yes, it's an obvious no.
Oh, that's fascinating. I love how decisive you are. All right, you guys, I'm going to encourage you to look through your closets and find out how many pieces of clothing you can let go based on Lauren's conversation with us today. And the concept is this the me I'm running towards or the me I'm running from? Don't hang on to it because of Catholic guilt. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again. Have a great week.